Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is a dangerous one. You will be facing the largest and most dangerous enemy you have ever seen. You've been given an SOP, or standard operating procedure. It will give you all the instructions you need on how to withstand enemy breaches, as well as achieve a sounding defeat, provided you do exactly as it says. At times, it may require you to go into covert operations mode. You may even need to consort with the enemy. But as long as you have studied your SOP diligently, you know exactly how to operate. Good luck, gentlemen. This message will self-destruct in 15 seconds. You may recognize that intro from the Mission Impossible movies. Those movies were based on a TV show by the same name. They were on way before my time. The show centered around an agency that was known as the IMF, or Impossible Missions Force. Their missions involved infiltrating and taking down dictators, evil organizations, and crime lords. The same can be said in real life about each of us in this room. God has tasked us with a seemingly impossible mission to infiltrate and take down evil in all forms. But if we join together and form our own agency, like say the GMF, God's Mission Force, we can work together to defeat this evil empire. God has put together a mission for us, and all we have to do is act on it. He's even given us our own SOP, the Bible, basic instructions before leaving Earth. It's our instruction manual on how to withstand enemies' attacks, as well as how to wage a successful war against evil. However, we can only accomplish this mission if we are ready and willing to follow God's plan exactly. Just like the Israelites told the new leader in Joshua 1:16, all that you command us we will do, and wherever you send us, we will go. This mission is broken down into 5 operations: reconnaissance, infiltration, extraction, conversion, and debriefing. Recon isn't too difficult these days. We don't even have to send in spies to get the lay of the land. It's everywhere around us. All we have to do is turn on a TV, or a radio, or even walk down the street, and we can hear and see the enemy at work. While many times they're obvious, there are some who look like us, walk like us, talk like us, and even claim to be like us, yet are filled with evil. This enemy is very intelligent and knows how to blend in with us. But the most dangerous enemies of the agents are those that lead the flocks. Jesus predicted in Matthew 24:11, but many false prophets will rise up and deceive many. Some will even claim to have the power of righteousness. Jesus says that not only are they deceiving the lost, but these betrayers will try to lead even us astray, even though we know the truth. The second operation of our mission is infiltration. We must go out to enemy territory and infiltrate their inner circles. Now this is the tricky part. We must gain their confidence and their trust without giving in to their temptations. Paul warns us in Ephesians 5:11, but have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather expose them. Many of the enemy's followers will want to persecute us, lie about us, and even want to kill us. Our goal is to identify those enemy followers who want to defect. They must see us being faithful to the truth. We must not be afraid to speak against the lies they have believed and obeyed. James tells us in James 2:12, so speak and so do as those who will be judged by the law of liberty. We must be moving at all times, acquiring and activating targets on a daily basis. Once we have infiltrated the enemy's camp and identified our targets, the next operation is extraction. This is a very difficult phase. These defectors have believed the enemy's lies for so long that they may be too afraid to act. We must go in there and extract them from their harmful ways. Paul warns us in Galatians 5:1, but have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness. He tells us not to go in there and do what we're supposed to do. Really? We really are. James tells us in James 2:12, but so speak and so do as those who be judged by the law of liberty. Our mission cannot be compromised by those who are not willing to totally commit. We must continue to beat them and train them into the ways that they're supposed to be doing. Once we finish with that step, the next step is conversion. This is a very critical phase. This is the process that completes the defection. It's a simple process, but one of staggering importance. They must believe that Christ is the Son of God, repent of their sins, confess Christ, and then upon this confession, be baptized into Jesus Christ. Just like Romans 6:4 says, Therefore we are buried with him through Christ into baptism, that just as Christ was raised from the dead, even so we shall walk in the newness of life. With this act, this once lost soul is not added to the family of Christ, and may now move on to the last phase of the mission. The last and final operation is a debrief. This new convert must be taught in the ways of the Lord. We are instructed by Jesus in Matthew 28:20 in teaching them to observe all things that I have commanded. We need to teach him how to learn and obey the Bible. It is our job in this phase to educate them in the whole truth. This new convert must be required to do exactly what God says. Then going back to the Mission Impossible series, the theme of that show might as well be the theme for our Christian life today. The mission God has tasked us with is a lifelong endeavor. We should at all times be active in at least one operation or phase of this great mission. This mission, should you choose to accept it, is a dangerous one, where the reward for success is eternal. And unlike our mission, and unlike the movies, our message will never self-destruct.